Okay, be honest. Have you ever tried to build a new routine only to watch it completely fall apart in a week? Yeah, me too. Today in this explainer, we're diving into something super fascinating: how incredibly small, highly intentional actions can yield massive rewards in our personal lives, our social interactions, and even our professional networks. If you've ever struggled to make a habit stick, or you just want to make a more positive impact on the people around you without feeling awkward, you are absolutely in the right place. We are going to look at the powerful ripple effect of intentional microactions. All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the habit stacking secret, move into the science of stacking, the art of the compliment, how to compliment strangers safely, and finally, the business compliment slip. Let's jump right in. Section 1: The habit stacking secret, building a better routine. Let's start by looking inward at the age-old, sometimes frustrating struggle of self-improvement. So the crucial point here is that instead of starting entirely from scratch, which takes way too much willpower, let's be real, you use an old habit as an anchor for a new one. Experts like James Clear and BJ Fogg call this habit stacking. It's basically like adding a new book to an already sturdy shelf. You're just piggybacking a new desired behavior right onto an existing automatic daily routine. Moving on to Section 2, the science of stacking, rewiring your brain. Why exactly is this so much easier than forcing a brand new routine out of thin air? Well, it all comes down to your neuroscience. Habit stacking actually works because it attaches a new behavior to a well-worn neural pathway managed by your basal ganglia. Now, this is the part of your brain that literally thrives on patterns. It conserves energy by automating repetitive actions. So by linking a new habit to a routine your basal ganglia already handles on autopilot, you totally bypass that massive mental roadblock usually required to build a new habit from scratch. So how do we actually do this? It boils down to a really simple 5-step formula. First, start with what you know. Those are your anchors. Second, pick just one new habit. Third, link them together. Fourth, and this is absolutely critical, keep it small. Seriously, if you want to exercise, just start with a single stretch. And finally, celebrate those wins. Cheering for yourself triggers a dopamine release that naturally reinforces the habit. Basically, old habit plus a new microhabit equals effortless success. To put this into perspective, mornings are actually the perfect, predictable anchors to try this out. Think about it, it's usually the most uninterrupted part of your day. So when you wake up, drink a glass of water. While you're brushing your teeth, think of 3 things you're grateful for. Waiting for the coffee to brew, journal for exactly 1 minute. It really is that simple. Stacking these tiny micro habits reduces stress and gives you a huge sense of accomplishment before your day has even really started. All right, Section 3, the art of the compliment, stacking habits externally. Now that we've optimized our internal routines, let's shift our focus outward. Now, what's really interesting here is the massive difference in the types of praise we give. Complimenting someone's intentional decisions is always more impactful than just praising their genetics or a static object. For example, saying nice shirt is fine, but it really just praises the shirt. But saying you have great taste, that praises the person. Recognizing a choice they actually made, like their personal style, makes them feel truly seen and valued. But there is a major trap we absolutely must avoid: the discount compliment. Please never tack on these backhanded qualifiers. You know the ones, adding for your age or for a beginner. Doing that instantly discounts your sincerity and sets up this weird negative baseline. It basically tells the person, hey, you don't actually look great, but if we adjust for your age, I guess you do. So keep your compliments pure, totally sincere, and completely free of any conditions. Which brings us to Section 4, complimenting strangers safely, etiquette and boundaries. What happens when we want to extend this habit of kindness out in public? As we navigate these social dynamics in this explainer, we have to draw a very hard line between a genuine compliment and harassment. Based on findings like the Stop Street Harassment Study, catcalls are never, ever compliments. They are directives, they're demands for attention that invade personal space and make the target feel completely unsafe and objectified. A true compliment, on the other hand, never demands anything in return. And to really understand the severity of this issue, research shows that a staggering 65% of all women have experienced street harassment. That is a massive number. It emphasizes exactly why empathy and context are absolutely crucial here. When you're speaking to strangers, especially across genders, ensuring they feel safe, respected, and totally uncornered has got to be your #1 priority. So how do we actually do this safely? Well, let's talk about the drive-by compliment. Here is how you pull it off. Number 1, ensure you're right in their line of sight so you don't startle them. Number 2, smile and deliver a super brief compliment about an intentional choice. Something like, "Hey, love your jacket." And number 3, just keep walking. Offer those kind words without demanding a single second of their time, without trapping them in a conversation, and without expecting any response whatsoever. It is a completely risk-free gift of kindness. Let's bring it all home with Section 5, the Business Compliment Slip, Scaling to Professional Loyalty. Okay, let's dive into this brilliant little marketing tool. A compliment slip is essentially a small, branded note used to send a short, personal message of thanks. This is incredible because it allows businesses to seamlessly stack the habit of gratitude right into their daily shipping, invoicing, or sample delivery routines. It literally turns a dry, standard transaction into a highly memorable human interaction. Now, what makes this so incredibly effective is how it strikes the perfect balance. You've got your professional corporate branding on one side and a warm, approachable human touch on the other. You include your business name, logo, contact details, and brand colors so they know exactly who it's from. But the real magic, the blank space. That is where you write a short, handwritten thank you. That tiny 1-minute investment of your time completely transforms an everyday package into a true experience for your customer. And for small business owners, creating these is so practical. There's a quick cheat sheet here for you. You can use a standard DL size that fits perfectly into a regular envelope, an A6 size for slightly more informal packages, or you can even create a custom digital slip to drop into your email campaigns to save on printing. Whichever format you choose, it's an incredibly cost-effective microhabit that significantly elevates your customer's experience and builds amazing long-term retention. So, the crucial point we've uncovered today is that these incredibly small actions really, really matter. Whether you're rewiring your basal ganglia to do a quick stretch in the morning, executing a perfectly safe drive-by compliment to make a stranger smile on the street, or scribbling a quick thank you on a compliment slip for a client, these intentional microactions scale up. They ripple outward from your internal habits to your social dynamics, all the way to your professional relationships, creating absolutely massive positive outcomes. Which brings us to the end of our explainer. But I want to leave you with this one thought. Knowing that your brain is literally wired to attach new actions to old ones, and knowing the immense, transformative power of a perfectly delivered, no-strings-attached compliment, what small habit or compliment are you going to stack today? Will you pair a glass of water with your morning alarm? Will you praise a coworker's great taste? The tools are sitting right there in your daily routine, just waiting to be used. So get out there and start stacking. Thanks for learning with me today.